Good, I'm Nathan Penny. Well, it seems that the labour market is starting to lose some steam. Indeed, over the September quarter, we saw the unemployment rate jump to 3.9%, and that was from 3.6% in the June quarter, and it now stands at the highest level since back in June 2021. We also saw over the quarter that the number of people in work fell by 0.2%. And we also saw that this translated into slower wage growth. On one measure, it's now fallen from the peak of 4.5% back in the March quarter, down to 4.1% now in the June quarter. So how's that playing out in the agricultural sector? Well, it does seem that the agricultural sector is leading the way. Now, for example, over the last year, the number of people in work in the sector has fallen by 11,000 people, and that's a fall of 6%. And we're also seeing that wage growth in the sector has fallen from 4.1% at its peak, now down to 2.8%. And that's on that same measure that I mentioned earlier. So that all up, that does sort of represent it being easier for farmers and growers to retain and find new staff, and that the wages that they're required to pay in terms of growth, it's slightly lower than it was, at least compared to a year ago. And also on that front, we're expecting there's more to come from the incoming government. If you recall, the National Party had outlined that it'd like to double the RSE cap over the next 5 years if elected, and also it would make it easier for farmers and growers to employ migrants, particularly in terms of the wage requirements required to employ them. So in that sense, we think there's going to be more, or it's going to be easier to employ and find staff over the next few years for farmers and growers. Talk to you next time. Ka kite anō.